Hello, welcome to a ROM review. My name is Thomas. Hope everybody's having a good day. DIOR Sauvage Elixir. I have now been the privileged wearer of this quite a few times. I got myself a 5mm sample. I was going to kind of do a first impression after I'd worn it once, but then I thought because the wearing lasted so long, I kind of lost my train of thought and where I was kind of going with the formulating my kind of decision on whether I liked it or not. So what I did is I wore it again, and then I wore it alongside the original EDT version. EDT? Yeah, it's EDT, isn't it? EDT, it doesn't sound right when I say it. EDT version. So I wore them both alongside each other because I thought it's probably the better kind of way I can make a decent comparison of it. So what does it smell like? Well, it does have differences from the Sauvage, without a doubt. It's much less sweet, especially in the opening. As the opening goes, I can smell quite a bit of the licorice that's in it. I'll give you, anyway, before we do that, here's a note breakdown. So cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, grapefruit on the top, lavender in the middle. On the base, it's sandalwood, licorice, amber, patchouli, Haitian vetiver. So yeah, I mean, I get a bit of the base straight away, which is the licorice. So on the opening, it doesn't have many similarities, to my nose anyway, to the original EDT Sauvage, which is kind of sweet out of the gate for me. Quite a sweet kind of soft fragrance, but with like to me it's got like this metallic edge within it, which gives it I would say that a uniqueness which I've never really experienced before until I tried Sauvage. Like this, it does have a unique. I'm not saying what I'm not saying is that I like it. I do like. Do you know what it is with Sauvage? I've got a kind of a love-hate relationship with it. I appreciate it for what it is, because it does kind of smell different. It does have a uniqueness about it in the design. I would say in the designer world, for me anyway. It does have a uniqueness to it. Do I like it as a scent? Do I wear it? I have worn it a few times. See that my bottle's my bottle's up to there. I've worn it a few times, but it's just not something which I don't think I'll put Sauvage on today. I don't know why. There is something about it. Like it says, it's a love-hate relationship, and I can't quite figure out what it is. I don't know. I'm kind of weirded out by the scent, to be perfectly honest with you, because it confuses us. Confused by a scent. So let's get back to DIOR Sauvage Elixir. So this is like, I think it's an eau de pomme version, eau de parfum EDP version. Words. Sorry, right. So licorice. Yeah, so it's licorice. It's dusty. It's not as sweet on the actual opening and even into the mid, but this is a really long-lasting scent. This is like this double performed. I mean, this is decent, but it doubly performed the EDT version. It like literally, it just obliterated it. So, and it was still on my skin the next day. I put it on one day at 8 o'clock in the morning, along with Sauvage on my other hand there, and I put a bit of this around. I put 2 sprays of it on here, light sprays, because it is quite how would I put it? It's deceiving. You can pour it on. I think I just got nose blind to it straight away, so I couldn't even smell it. Anyway, I was in Boots later on, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the woman behind screens in Boots with a mask on says, what you smelling? What you smelling? What have you got on? And I says, it's the new DIOR Elixir, the Sauvage Elixir. And she says, you smell gorgeous. And that was behind the screen. That was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So after that's 8 hours. 8 hours. And this was flipping going bonkers. And I couldn't smell it. So be careful. Be careful. So that was an unsolicited compliment from it. She was like, oh my God, you smell absolutely gorgeous. So you don't get that very much. So this is obviously for some people in the dry. I will say that on the dry down on my skin, the dry down is the best part. So that was 8 hours later. That was well into the dry down. It's the dry, kind of weird. The dry down is the best part of it, but the dry down becomes a little bit more Sauvage, the original, for me anyway, almost as I smell it. So it loses the dustiness, it loses the licorice into the dry down, and it becomes more of the sweet Sauvage with that slight metallic edge. That's what I call it. It's like a metallic edge. I don't know whether probably the Embroxen or something along those lines. So yeah, it's expensive. It's £112, I think, for 60 ml. So it is expensive, but what you're getting is a fragrance which is super long lasting. It's mega projecting. It got to be, because she smelled it like behind screens and masks as I came in. So I must have filled the flipping boots up with flipping Elixir. And I didn't know it. I couldn't really smell it. So that's a kind of a danger. And I think I think I would suggest, from that unsolicited compliment, I would suggest that it's people pleasing. It's something which people will like. So yeah, you've got that. So while there's probably not that many people have got it, it's probably a good idea if you want something a little bit different, obviously different from Sauvage. But it's different, but then it's not different, like it says in the dry down. I don't think it's that different in the dry down. But it is. It's good. It's good. Do I like it better than Sauvage? Yeah, I would say I do. Is it something I would wear personally? No, it's just again, it's just not my cup of tea. I appreciate it. And if you're wanting something, and I appreciate why people like it, yeah, it's a beast. It is a beast, 100%. It is a beast, and it does smell good. But it just depends on what it depends on what you like, really. At the end of the day, doesn't it? It's a kind of a paradox, isn't it? I say it smells good, and it ticks lots of boxes. But then it's like, will I wear it? Will I wear it personally? Nah, I won't, and I won't buy a bottle of it either. But I'm sure there's many people out there that will. So that's good. That's good. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.